It's on you. Again, you make a right beat.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Then I make it contrary to how you had it. Don't like. Ilaphi phone yami? Phone yami ndodwa leyo komntu uyaziyo. Eyam ndodwa. Nansi ifone efonelwayo.
Kabuyeka kaloku siyasebenza.
Lesibili leya.
Yes.
Zoe mice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on you.
Yeah, Pudi.
Yeah, it's on you. He was so excited to do that. He could not wait to clap his hands. It's on you.
You think
it's on us.
I can't do that. Yeah, man. Welcome to it. This is another one. Ephondweni Network. Ephondweni, this is the podcast. And we have a special one today. We have the beautiful voice, velvety voice.
Yes.
You know, we have someone that we've seen shed stage with the grades. And we've seen her do amazing stuff on stage, mesmerizing national people. I remember this one time, Singapore, Nangoza Chebe, you know, and she was performing there. So it's no national minister, the minister of condolences, the minister of congratulations. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she captured her. She captured him. You know, the lovely Nomabotwe.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, man.
Welcome.
Great. No, strap. I am your Kim, the master builder. I never fly solo. I'm with the certified gatekeeper.
I did though want to mention that Ayiko, not a single episode we've done where you haven't said we have a really special one today.
It is really special every time.
Kosher, man.
No, it's a special.
The first one to introduce.
Yeah, this is exclusive, man.
Exclusive.
You've never heard this before. You know, you're hearing it for the first time. Ephondweni. This is what's happening. You know the deal. Okay. Nomabotwe man, hey, Fandine. See, man, and I think the whole purpose is any struggle without documentation is no struggle at all. You know, so we have tried to give our stories to publications, to media houses, and everyone. But no, man, it's not being captured. Like the soul of his stories there gets lost in the mist. So I think it is important that as people, as peers, first and foremost. And that way we will be able to really capture the soul of the movement. Yeah, well. And then goes now, man, go because a local mangayithetha ngolhlobo benza ithetha ngalo. Abanye abantu bakholwa kuyibona into isenzeka longer for them to align themselves with it. Yes.
And as I said to you, and people like his Dumza and Ufoto are the people who show belief not in a brand that is still being conceived, but rather in the people that carry the brand, because they get to come here. Not because Ephondweni is this popular podcast, but because they know the soul and the spirit of the people who conceived Ephondo, and they trust and they show their faith in it by coming through to say, let me give off my time. So thank you so much.
Just up, as I'm sitting here and actually nobabini dandla ngoba phaa kwi-audience kude ndinibukele nisenza izinto andisamthandi la sisi so actually le nto uyithethayo
Thanda nawe.
I-resolve le crash because of uthi xa kuthetha uyakhe athi le two voice yakhe
kwakunini ngoko
Yeah.
But unezinto Nomabotwe, I remember this time if you get perform esquaring before square basi square esisaziwayo ngo akaqhoshi lo muntu kodwa stage.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, I could not watch it. Kofuna mna ndiyozimela.
Oh, you
because ucelile into bangabana ucela ungandiboni xa performa yena qoma hayi nami ndisiva ndeni wane ndingumfana apha man.
It's not make sure Nomabotwe ngale memory.
Nomabotwe, everything that has to do with arts, kulele mbabala, kulele brighty, you know, nkonzweni and everything. Like when you like, yabona ngokasuka, ayenza le way.
Ndidibene nayo enkonzweni. Yabona ndidibene nayo enkonzweni.
Inkonzo being
Ibantu Church of Christ.
I just want to for people to have reference.
Sure. Yeah, Ibantu Church of Christ in New Bright. Ndafika nasesikolweni, I joined choir. I joined khandidlala esport kakhulu bendindwebe nje kodwa bendingengomntu wa sport. I only was part of choir esikolweni. Yeah, naselokishini, you know, there were groups zomculo sasimane siziformisha ke here and there, but ndisoloko ndiqaqamba phaa kulaa nto yokwakucula, not anything else.
And masenkonzweni kukho laa nto kuthiwa i-festival.
June
so
festival.
Probably that was the time for nonke ke ngoku umuntu othanda i-art agqame. Yabo, because I believe
Dancer.
that's also background yabantu abafana noSisi Mavela.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Nosisi Mavela, Andile B.
Okay.
Wara genre.
Wara genre. Temkosi Boy. Yeah. Olundi Jamaka Saslanga babona pha enkonzweni.
Yes, sir.
Sis Rebecca Malope, Budvuyo Mukwena. Nansi nathi Budvuyo Mvoko. Can you imagine?
Uncle Vuyo Mvoko.
Uncle Vuyo Mvoko. Yeah, so saslanga babona pha
if
enkonzweni.
usithetha ngetalente yomakwa eTV, then uBudvuyo can come through.
Thank you. So yeah, ndidibene nayo very early ekukhuleni kwam. Yeah, ndidibene nayo very early.
And how did you know, because sikhula sonke sinale vision of ourselves. I was actually noting today that I am in a place I never thought I would be in my life. It's probably too late to turn back, but I remember myself ndigora kisho Reader's Digest ngepene bomvu ndibhale 10 out of 10 very good yabona ndisign ndibe ngumiss. So I wanted to be a teacher, ndititsho thethi beba megarage yasekhaya. And at some point I thought social worker would be more like it. Busy ndisenze programs here and there, seeing abantu abangomama bene soup kitchen and whatnot. And then I thought lawyer, because my dad was my inspiration. In fact, I wanted to do marketing and photography. And then I found that I really, really enjoyed being a person or debate higher and so I thought law, ended up studying BCom law, failed it, and then decided on LLB straight. And I'm finding myself namhlanje ndibhizi ne-concept document ze-events kuthethwa nge-noise gate endaweni endihamba kuso kubhizi ne-phrasing zomculo ntoni. I never thought I would be here because for me it seemed the most normal thing to pass matric, go to varsity, study for something and become the thing that you studied for. How did you make a decision as Nomabotwe that now abantu bazawuphuma bathini but lo mculo akundiyeki?
Yeah, so soon after I joined band to Stompie Mavi. Yes, I think that's when I realized, actually this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. The feeler, all the emotions. You know, umculo nje kwawona uvele undibeke endaweni nje ndingakwazi explain even today. So I think after I joined that choir, Utata Stompie Mavi used to evoke emotions kakhulu ngendlela ezahlukileyo, you know. So I felt no kudlala ibass ndiqomba yeah, this is exactly where I want to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And tell me, what was he like?
Yes.
What is he like?
Yes.
We know him as no character.
yay.
You know? So what was he like? Can you just share with us about what was it like to work with a person like Stompie Mavi?
So, I was introduced to Stompie Mavi by Sis Mavi. I think I like to mention that. So my first day can go ebanding. You know, ke must umntana senkonzweni ndizindwebele and ndiyazazi into ba I can sing. So it's soprano ke most microphone njengoba sihlela apha. So it's tenor, soprano, alto njalo njalo. So ke ndifuna ukwenza sure bana lapha emicini yami ndiyasondela. So that andive ndifuna ndive lo tata.
Ukubonakalisa.
Yay. Futhi ke bengamuntu ufana ngene kwi rehearsal. Behlala endlini sizirehesele sodwa. So this other day, so ngale mini ndifika ngayo. Xa buyeva epaphakathi ba, no, le ntombazana kuthiwa iziswe apha endlini nam. Yathi laa nto mayirhuqwe. Yaza ke sambona ngena kapha emnyango. Ntombazana, uyabona ke apha. Kukwa Mavi apha. Ungazokwenza ukunya kwakho apha. Ezi ngoma zakwa Mavi uzazicula ngale ndlela acula ngakho. Akoko Rebecca apha.
Yes.
Yeah. Bendixelelwe ke futhi ba ispade akanantsimi yangosi. So it was just
at least you were prepared.
Yes. That prepared for kahle ba
I think umuntu ofuneka umpreparishe. Xa uzawusumuntu kuye funeka upreparishe lo muntu uzaya naye.
Yes.
Ngoko nangoko ndafuna uunderstand ukuba into lento ndiyenza wrong. Bhekela ku microphone. Funa uji microphone apha okutya kwakho microphone. Okay? Then ndaqonda uba ndifike lapho bekuthiwa ndize khona. Hayi, he was otherwise yena ke as much as ba he was a very strong person or strict, but he was a father. Besila ngothi xa sihambile, you know, nitya ntoni? He would always make sure ba right, there's food, there's everything. Naye iwine yakhe ikhona apha. I remember this other
sounds like
time.
a disciplinarian.
Yes.
Sounds like that.
So uba siyahamba ke iwine yakhe ayikho, kuyamiswa endleleni and kuzafuneka hlike yena. Anithuke. Kuthiwa yintoni Cappenheim. Ndiyibiza right?
Ansazi kakhulu
Cappenheim,
wine.
yes.
Awuzazi wine?
Ansazi kakhulu wine.
Cappenheim? Yes. I think uyabona kuba yikho iCappenheim kulo trip. Yomisa endleleni akhale athukise. He was such a special person. He was such a very, very special person. That Stompie.
Wawukhona ku-performance apho kuthiwa warate imali yakhe estage?
No.
Kuthiwa kaloku warate imali yakhe estage. Waperforma wathi akahla apha estagini engakayinika imali yakhe.
You would expect anything from Stompie. You would just expect anything from him.
I think based on my knowledge of Sishlele and how I liken Utata Stompie to Sishlele, I wouldn't be shocked with such things because Sishlele would be the kind of person who tell you award get in Niki Mali. Do you know what I mean? But I think what impresses me about Lennon, he must have been a disciplinarian, is because it also shines through. I think a lot of people who haven't heard you sing Langoma Stompie, ithini kanen? Pantsindonga. A person who hasn't heard you sing that song has missed out on what an influence this man had on you. Because when you sing that song, it's almost as if but whenever I hear you sing that particular song, I can feel you going back into a time where you saw him sing that song. And where he attached value to where he attached value to every single word in that song, because you don't fail the utterance of every single word in that particular song. And it feels like it going back. I can literally feel the young girl in you when you sing that song. I think when I still used to sing in the choir in Sikane Primary, sasixelelwa nge-importance yowabiza amagama owaculayo and understand the meaning thereof. And I feel that in you. That's why was he that much of a disciplinarian? Because I can hear the mic technique teacher and other things. But besides you as an individual, about how you sing, what else did you learn from him in terms of him managing a whole team of people vis-a-vis where you are now?
Because he was a father, ebengutata endlini yakhe.
Niyazi manje mvangule lethu.
What did you learn from Stompie in comparison with
Are we traveling, guys?
We are saying he was this great, disciplinarian over your life as an individual artist, and there are things you take as an artist, as a creative. But what about his leadership qualities? Did you learn that you are using even now as the artist that you are? Because now you're leading in your own space. By creative, let's take you being a leader within your own career. How did he manage his team that you also copied and said,
as much as, sorry, thank you.
Indlela wangena ngawo lamanzi aphi kunika amanye siphelele. Hayi ahlale nawo because asiyazi enye question ezaphindize.
Asiyazihlekele zakwethu.
Let us shoot from the hip.
Ndimose khona namhlanje, otherwise ngena kumuntu okhumshaya zonke. Uyisilent ba.
Namhlanje.
Yeah, yisilent. What are your politics? Ndaqonda Thixo.
Like I think also beyond just umculo, just being an individual who's talented, who's trying to share talent elizwe,
As much as he was a strong person, Utata Stompie, ebenobuntu. Ebenobuntu kakhulu. Beyond landu ibonayo ba ezawunihlandlathekisa, but xa ephinde ndibuyisele ezingqondweni about the music, don't forget guys, yonke into right, like he would always want to make sure ba yonke into yabona bagada abantu nobahoya yebo siyoyika at the same time, but uyasifundisa into ba kuyo yonke lento siyenza beyond me being lo tata strong ungwabalala, but ndingumuntu othanda into ba izinto zenzeke ngeorder and akubi late ke. Tata Stompie awubi late. Kuba mna nje ndisokoliswa nje yebona
kodwa improvile mntana
kakhulu mama kakhulu hayi improvile kakhulu. So I've learned so many things.
Umakoti ngosomtshakazi ababalate zange wabaeli umtshakazi.
But I don't want to lie. Over time you learn, because again they're shouting and I'm that's a lot. So funny is that happen on time. And I just want to ask, because your career moves, you're in a choir, which is a huge group of people, where you need to guard how you let your voice out in so that abantu nonke nihlale in a balance kuzosound kamnandi konke. And then you move, you're a backing vocalist supporting a lead singer, right? And you moved to form Itrikota.
Yes.
With the ladies Kiki noxolelwa, right? Yeah. And then you moved Imaisha. And eventually you found Nomabotwe as the entity.
Yes.
The journey that gets you to where you are. Also to look back namhlanje. Is there any moment oqonba akoba nangazange ndijoni kwayara yas ngenandi good okanye what a waste of time with the Stompie Mavi or whatever. Is there any moment that you feel it had no contribution to the person I was going to become anyway?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Quick. I've learned so many things, such as a voice control and you know, and many other things. Also, ne three-quarter yana contribution yayo, because we would go to jam sessions. Singazange siqhele into ba siyocula neband udeske ulide wena ingoma on your own.
Yeah.
So ndazifunda zonke, we would go to kwaQalani ku jam sessions. Sifumana no Wednesday bethu okanye Monday, you know. So being confident in front of a band, an audience, sasifunda khona, and then also moving through to Imaisha until ndabeka ndizifomela uNomabotwe. So akhona enye enothi I can't contribute positively career.
Yeah.
Now my question is, look, with the art space, predominantly you find so many males around. Yeah, but like the artistic space is male. Yes, yeah, njengangoku. Abantu abangosisi babini ngaba lapha ekamereni. Bonke omnye umuntu olapha into. There's like 6 or 8 of them.
Imagine.
Excluding mna.
Nine.
Yeah. So then most awukhula awukazi understand ba ule artist uyiyo. Yabo nje ungakazi understand ule artist uyamove kwezwe unaye ke lo muntu wakho ke yabo stoke sakho silapha. Yabo.
I don't like where this thing is going. But let's move.
No. Now, how has you being an artist and wanting to pursue an artistic career affected your relationships?
I don't think it's a bit affected.
Okay. I'm not sure that
Yeah, I was lucky. I was fortunate enough ukuba ndidibane nabantu abaye bayi understand the direction endihambayo and yeah, I think I can't sokol.
I think also what I admire about you is your ability to maintain your private life as that and to move with your public persona as a singer separately from that.
Because yonqena uzisokolisa le lethu ezazinto yo. Instead, I got abantu ababe supportive in a way. Yeah, I can't so call. I'm not gonna lie. Hayi wethu abakhona abaninzi nje ndithi abantu. Ingathi
ndine man asithi bala kaloku apha
sawuzobala. Ingathi ndine team. Sawuvusa team.
So how did the ECAVC thing come about?
A competition was in 2016, if I still remember correctly. And then I got the second position.
Okay.
Wawina uodwa nokwa.
Azange ndayibona into efana
nyani ucula kamnandi.
Akasoze uNomabotwe enze interview abalise nge-ECAVC
and not mention order.
Wawina uodwa.
Oh guys, because differently understand, you know. No, I want you guys to understand that.
You crash the exit there.
I can't. Yabona xa uye competition, you would expect ba uzophuma opposition uzowina, you know. So I feel like competition was fair enough to give uodwa the first place because he deserved win. Yeah, so yeah, then came.
So what was the whole idea of competition?
The idea?
Yeah.
So recordelwa opposition 1 recorded the album.
Okay.
Opposition 2 recorded an EP.
Okay.
And then 3, I think it was a single.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a single. So only last year now they got to record in 2020.
Okay.
To record to record the album. But I can't guess and kaka release anything.
Okay.
Yes, out of the album.
Oh, besizilile shem.
I know.
But big things are coming, right?
Yes, Mama.
Big things are coming because not only did you get the ECAVC opportunity, later you were identified as one of the artists that are working really hard. One of 5 artists that work hard in Eqabeg. I think it was you, Toko, Joliza,
Miss Mona,
and Zaina say?
No, and Tembelani Mbilini.
Oh, Tembelani Mbilini, and you guys got.
They had those big posters.
Did Zaina say produce something for Toko?
Yes,
did he feature in it?
He produced one of Toko's.
That's where I get confused.
So sonke isirekhodelwe EPs. Phaya MBTC. So Uzain produced one of ingoma zika Toko.
So now ne album ne EP ehleli okanye uvelo wazimatch.
No,
ECAVC and then there's MBTC. There's M.
I think that the same. Some of the songs that were recorded by ECAVC, Ziya's atwa re-record now the MBTC because of the quality, so they had to re-record the songs.
And for ECAVC, who was the producer?
Ibingusbu Dilibele nje surname yakhe.
Okay, and with the MBTC?
MBTC was Edgar Mto.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
I worked with Edgar Mto.
I think that because of the difference in time, you would find the quality would differ. And I am currently, obviously, because I am friends with Edgar and I follow a career yake, I am first realizing that unfortunately, he doesn't care for musicality because he is a great musician and does care for musicality. But I think when he creates music, much like I organize events, I don't organize with the eye of an organizer. I organize with the experience as though I'm an audience, as though I am the person who's coming to experience the event. Edgar creates music like that, where he's got the ear of the listener. And so I think that's why you would find difference in quality because he creates radio friendly music. He creates music for the listening. Yes. Truth music for the listening. Yeah. Because I really do believe in how he conducts himself when he creates music. And I've heard both versions, and I must say that
No, now I believe he's amazing. He's amazing.
He deserves it. He's doing really well. He's doing really well. So I can't wait. What's coming out when? What's happening?
It's my single out of the EP. Uliziwe. That I fell in love kudadlana like dala. Yeah, so I decided I can deal to tweak kancinci and deal fake bendini. Then it became a great song. In fact, then I was sure that xa lifika kwabanye abantu nabo bazofika bal accept. Wow.
No, I'm asking. It's a question. So what's your worst performance to date?
Worst, my God.
Worst performance where you felt like, must get up.
When was it? No, when was it? On the 16th of December last year.
What happened?
Okay, honestly, I am not sure what happened. Okay, I'm not ready to talk about what happened, but that was the worst performance ever.
Audience, they boo you.
No, I don't think it was on her vocality, but rather the way that the performance was structured, how she experienced the performance at the end.
Yeah, it was terrible. But I think it was bad. And it wasn't really bad till today. And I don't even think I'll ever forget that experience. But it just left me
You were failed by the technicians.
Yeah.
Failed by the event.
Kwavele kwaza omnye watshintsha ndabona ndigqibele inguwe i-technician gqibule lethu hayi zayilantuka you know, yeah, Chris. I can't even explain what happened.
I think the way that she's saying it is probably the way that it happened.
Yeah.
And fortunately there were people ababeye kula event befuna uyokubukela Nomabotwe. So and some of them were able to see, "Hi man, kutheni kwenzeke lana? Why baby?" And I couldn't explain anything at the time. After ndifika club stage, I just went straight to my car, ndagoduka. Ndafika ndalila.
But what lesson did you learn from that?
In fact, Uleletu had warned me about going into gigs because we spend so much time together. There are so many things that I learned on a daily basis. So she would sometimes tell me, don't underestimate yourself, Nomabotwe. Don't let people bakusebenzise ngendlela ezingekho right. Even that gig, she felt you're not supposed to do this gig. Yeah, she even said, because we were meant to go there together, but she said, no, I'm not going because uyazidelelisa wena. So
there were red flags before the actual event.
Yes.
Such as?
Yes. Yo uyakim ufuna ikukhatha. I'm ready to talk about this thing.
No, kaloku siyancokola nje because kaloku andikwazi ukuvumela ndingayazi uba le nto isukaphi. So about anything, it's about understanding uba kwenzeka ntoni oyini epithology.
I didn't even think about we'd come to this. But yeah, it's just an experience and nyani and eyandivisa kabuhlungu. Manyani such that yeah, man, some of the things if I had listened.
So these people benisithi hlamba uthe look 50% wakho sizamfaka ngolwesithathu and then wena ngolwesihlanu kusasa usancokola ngala 50% wakho obuthe uza.
Okay, Uleletu believes into about Nomabotwe, you're not supposed to go and do a performance esithi kuwe haya namali ndine 1,000 rand. If akanayo imali yokubhatala, don't go. Period.
Yes.
Compromise.
We are sponsoring.
Kudala wasetyenziswa ngegama elithi we want to give you exposure. You're not about exposure anymore. You've worked so hard with brand yakho.
Yes.
So she's been telling me Londole. So there were just hiccups before the actual event. I think I wasn't ready to talk about this.
Podcast.
Yeah, but it's an experience.
So same people coming again and saying, "Hey, Potwe is siyakufuna man."
First things first.
Okay.
Did
you address the thing and say like after ubuyile and be like, okay, cool. Moswalila wathini wenza yonke into ubuyenzile, and then now sit down and say, I think it should be standard practice. Xana bebenze right, naxa benze wrong. Xa benze right, you like, yo guys, I went there, I love hospitality, nendoni, and you send it to them. It's about encourage to do more. Nakwabanye abantu. Naxa benze wrong, utsho kuba khandiyithande ke laa nto uba nifike niphathaphatha indawo yonke.
I think it's not just ababantu bala event going forward. It's with everyone on the Bukishai.
Okay.
Yeah, but first things first. And I do have a manager.
Okay.
Ufuneka angathethi nawo. Yebo, akumele njalo. It's just that ke ndingumlamntu wase yebo nyuntana wase New Bright. Motwe khawe yini mntanami khawe apha ecaweni wethu. You know ba ndithethe la language nam ndifika sensithi kundumi wethu la mama ndumi. You know enaphe ngokinto izinto zingayenzeki kakuhle kanti ke ngoko masikhosana ndiyaxolisa mntanami andizi.
And I mean for me what I'm always running on about is what I'm always running on about is not more about you sort of losing those relationships, but it's more having a standard way yokusebenza.
Yes.
It's more about giving the organizer or the promoter what they paid for. Because if you take half your song, funeka ufumane half your song. Right? Sometimes you have the tendency yokuthi wena umntu ebhadalela i-4 slices umnike loaf. Right, and overextend yourself to your expense. Hence, I warned against that one because how you are exposed at an event, how an event is marketed says a lot about how the event values you. So when the event says we don't have money, please come and show up for us and whatnot, and you end up being the biggest face on the poster, that tells you that they know what your value is.
Yes.
They just don't want to give you what you're worth. That's when you're going to go yahot. I think we were laughing about this recently, but in the city na uthetha ngento ka Edgar. Ebeza bakwenye event but wakucha kwafaka 5 other artists or something like that. Nafakwa nonke nafakwa pa so mna ke ngoku ndibalisa story ba ndibalisela no Edgar ba ndandikhe ndafaka ku poster nam without my knowledge. Ndiyava ngabantu sabaku event ethile. Then I called the organizer and I said no, I'm not a part of this event. You didn't talk to me. Wabe said, we can Kaza we too will pay that. I don't want to be a part of it. Ndikupe ndakuchwa pakafaka 5 other people. I was there because they understood what I bring. So sometimes you must just watch how they position you. That is why cooking doesn't go anymore sometimes.
Yeah, but guys, this is crazy, man.
Do you understand me?
You take up one artist and
the biggest
you
face.
put in 5.
Yeah. It happens. The biggest face on the poster is what's selling the whole thing. People know that in New Brighton, you've got a command. They know that. They abezawuthengisa into bafake posters bathini bayayazi. It's not just putting another pretty face, but that pretty face goes with great talent, goes with a profile, a kapayo. So the moment you see that your image is being manipulated, because as artists, as whatever, our images are there to be exploited and manipulated. That's not a problem. But how it is done, when it is done, the strategic positioning of your image in that exploitation will tell you what you're worth. And I think that's what I keep pushing to you, that you must just watch how they need you to be there. Then you know, but I'm supposed to ask for more. And when they say we can give you less, you then say, Nama will come with less. I say this to artists all the time. If you go with a full band and you have 55,000, say 55,000. If they say they can't pay the 55,000, say, okay, I can't come with a full band. I'll come with a pianist for 20,000. That's just what it is. Give the person what they're paying for.
You wanna let me answer? We teta. There's a point I wanna make. Kind of an escape here. If they have a leg and
a foot in the bony. I want.
That's not about deep.
And from what deep. And from what deep. Balekile man. So balekile. Cousin.
Yeah, but I mean, beyond. I thought you would mention Grahamstown as one of your worst performances.
Okay. Now I can talk about.
You can talk about that one, yeah.
I think with Grahamstown, it was an issue yesterday. Yes. Being alone, like having to run izinto wedwa. Okanye going to Grahamstown ungena funding, ungena mali.
Okay.
So funeka uqokelele ufone ucele uthini. You get to Grahamstown.
Get on stage.
Kuyabanda Grahamstown, kuyathini, kuyalena le. Then I performed on my first performance and my second performance.
And you won an ovation.
Yes. On my first performance, I won an ovation.
Yes.
And then my second performance, I did well. When it was my last performance, then, Andy ngena staging. Ulungoma yokuqala. Andy ngena koyesibini. Gone voice. Gone. Ayaphuma. Na njani na itike. I was so happy with audience. I had Usis Mandlakazi, may her wonderful soul rest in peace. I had Usis Mandlakazi Nomabotwe, Maria Harmans, Nabandwana, you know. Yeah. It was a nice audience. But unfortunately, the voice gone. Fortunately, my sister next to you, Ulili too, she was amongst the audience now, yeah. And she came on stage. What, guys? Let her enjoy the festival. Ufike up at Grahamstown and she got a standing ovation award. So, masimniki chance maka enjoy. Let's have a jam session. And she started. I can't remember which poem you did. Chonga, she came through for me that night. And I think there was someone else in the audience. There were lots.
And you were like, "Yabona again, I'm trying to."
There was someone else. There was someone else in the audience. You know. Yeah.
An artist came through, Nyan.
You know this person. You know this.
Who was
she
this
knows this person that was in the audience. Bro.
Who was
this person? No, we are Maz Bangban. There was someone else. We tattoo, and every time at Lando, unendo nestulo.
And the song that I was about to perform at the time had something to do with that person. Dijongi.
Like Michael Jackson,
Okay.
But now I can talk about that experience.
So you wanted to blow this person?
No, since Banjeke, when Zama by that day.
It was quite a special day.
It was.
In your memory. You know.
Even though it was Tingaifaka quick group, it's one of the
worst
performances, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't really. Yeah.
Talking about the worst, but kuko indlela artist esuka ngaphandle, people who are so-called national artists, and people who are local artists. Indlela esitreatwa ngayo xa kusiwa ku-events as fun. When it comes to indlela ekucaterishwa ngayo for bona, ne payments, fumaniseka omnye before akhwele staging, they got their payment, omnye uzawulinda 3 months, and so kwesa space uye unavigate njani? Ukhona umuntu oqomba, you know, kwezi local events, Mtontoni and whatnot, ubani mani benza kahle okanye ngeyiphi indlela onoyiprefera, because andifuni noba uzibulala apha mhlambi uthethe yini uqonde uzawuthetha ngathi pha ku-podcast. Uyabona laa nto leya in terms of ekwenziwa ngayo, andibona njani laa nto uba umxolani Faku uyaziwa uhlala apha eBhayi, so then wena sakubhatala after 3 months, but sinida uziyele, uzirehesele, uze nebhendi, uzigodukele, uzikheitharishele, but there is a Costa teach. Ozawuza estation uzaba nguye neyena mfana ophethe USB akhwele phahla noma chitayitu ajivayo, and then everything yakhe is done prior bafike apha. They don't board the aeroplane babaza nge-aeroplane ingekangeni yonke imali yabo. What's your take or experience towards yonke loo nto?
I think the relationship that I've created with the people that I normally work with, the band, but indi allow that if I don't have money with yam, then they're able to wait kunye nam if funeka silindile. But if I do have funds, I normally pay the band diske ebe ndim lo usafarishayo. Amaxesha amaninzi ke kuye kusafarishe mna ndilinde.
So salindisa now.
But in terms of treatments, Jay, with the local organizers, what is your assessment? I think that's what Hakim showed. What's your experience with local organizers? Are the organizers that will say, that will give you what you're worth, that will pay you on time, that will give you the hospitality?
No, they never do that.
They never give you
They never.
They hurt because
they never do that. Feeling ngathi wenzelwe ifavor qha uba ube lapha kule. Otherwise you don't even deserve to be there. No, man. No, but uphendla iquestion yakho, they never do that. No.
They need to improve, Lord.
Too much.
Hey, bro, there's something about Balile, man.
I performed Ebubele this other time. Did you wrong?
Oh, wrong, I tell you.
Someone did wrong. My experience with ebubeleni is that niyacula ungena staging with your band. Immediately uhlika kwakho staging, you are escorted to a gate niphumele outside of the stadium, and I perform uRingo, and he's gonna sit back with VIP and mingle with abantu afuna ukubinglisha nami. Kungena uZane.
Bayani khopha stadium ngaye, bayani khopha bayonifaka pha imxoxo.
No, we are puma all together. Because you must buy a ticket for yourself for ukungena pha.
No, that's bullshit.
No man, the last time you performed ebubeleni kwenzakala it was, I was there.
I can never come here and ndizokuphosisa ngabo. I know, I experienced it.
I was about actually to share my experience as well. I would never lie about him. I do think that he's a sweet person.
No, he is.
And also very approachable, because I think it was the first, no, it wasn't the first Ebubelen, because the first Ebubelen was quite small. Kufishara Shuputuma is one of the main acts with Take Note Nandoni. And I think it must have been the second one, Desiya Gamuku. And ended up, artists zifuneka ziphathe instruments zazo. I remember Daskota was one of those. Petty instruments, I came call, it's starting to rain, and I was not performing Dan Kapil. I ended up these artists have just performed. Daskota is moving here with his guitar on his back. Ganeta. The least you can do is offer them a space. Yaba ilo argument between us, but not an argument, conversation between us. I said to him, Umzakelo, upulira ngoku. Because he was saying my hands are tied. Funeka bahlale wabe kokuyinto that upulira. Wabe ulira engekho kwi-VIP. Ekwindawo engathi yi-VVIP kuthiwa yi-presidential London. And Mark could not even respond. You know what I mean? Because he got my point. And eventually the artists were allowed to get banikwa indawo yabo indende yabo bafika over nobani, and we were all mingling in the same space, not Donald nobani. Kungokola ended up even these artists like Ovusinova nobani who were meant to be in another space. Then the next Ebubelen, which was the St. George's Stadium.
Okay.
I was there. Artists had a space as a reservoir for Bona. Artists were getting their food and they getting their drinks. I was there and I think I was part of media because then Bay FM at the time. So sends interviews when the artists are done performing. And Mark came to me at that time. And I was very happy and Mark came and asked me, how are you feeling this time? Because he was bandi vocal. And I said to him, I'm happy. The artists are happy. It was calm. It was nice for the artists. And I think it was the very next year, I think, was it Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium? I think it must have been.
No, not the space, Scripant.
Was it Scribanti?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not too sure which one it was, but I remember, I think it was Otiti who then wrote about how Obud Lawrence Machiza couldn't mingle with the Ringos because they were now being classified as local artists, whereas these ones were national artists. So they couldn't be in the same space. And these are people they've produced songs for. But just because of area of locality, they're being separated. And she wasn't happy about that. I wasn't happy to hear such reports. But I think I done this general ticket and we sat and listened. And I remember a particular event. I just did not know that Nani Kuchang apparently because Ndazila culture yabazi performing artists zithathelwe tags. I've
never had that experience. Even last year, I performed all white Bilape Stadium. Nangoko, ungena staging, Pumaroka staging, you get your food, and you are told to leave.
What?
No,
yes.
Because how are these artists going to grow?
That's sad.
Because kaloku xa sihleli phana siya network kukhona iartist engubani enibonileyo ngela xesha ndiperforma but ibingekabi na chance yothetha nam or ibisene nerves uba isezawungena estaging and then uphuma kwayo is relax uzawuncokola ngento ze-collaborations ngola hlobo uba benza ngola hlobo and they continue to do that, they're taking away from the other spin-offs that even the festival itself could have and boast about.
I think think that's the reason I like the time not I ended up either the next festival is because I wrote an open letter and I put it out there and I said, this is how I feel. I'm not happy in doing. Meeting can go eat to try and clean up the situation. And the following year was much better. So I think that Landumaki Ebeiteta just now, did you tell that organizer about your experience at that particular event? I think it's very important that we be vocal about these experiences, that I'm not happy about APC. Thank you for the opportunity, Ndoni, but I feel that we could do better by doing APC. And also, I never stop stressing the importance of contracts.
Yes.
Your contract will protect you. Your contract will protect you when you get booked and you submit and you tell them, this is how I want to be treated, because the contract does that. The contract will say, me and my band, and that's how all artists get protected. So I think, but I want us to move on and speak about the best performances, because I know
before Sidlule, there's another festival that recently booked artists. Hey man, siyakufuna neband yakho, and sine 10,000 rands, and it was like a festival. No, I andiko available. That I andiko available. Ne band. What do I say to my band? Because it's a rehearsal, everything. You prepare it out of this 10,000. Since the promoters as
I think into leyo yoba kucingwe i-performance iqala stage.
This is why whenever I do a workshop or I get an opportunity to speak to an artist, I always say, quotation. One, the culture of as a promoter calling an artist to say this is what we're offering you, it needs to die. You cannot tell the artist how much you think they are worth. You need to ask them what they are worth and then negotiate based on that. Then the relationship is much easier. And also when a promoter is asking you what you think you're worth, you need to jot it down, quotation. One, I'm worth 85,000. Why are you worth 85,000? Because of the caliber of my session musicians. But charge 3,000 or 3.5 per session. Funegande by 7. Ne? Yes, Malaga by Malini 3.5 plus by 7. Then Upaleka Muko rehearsal space and is 400 rand for so many hours. And the rehearsal I have 5 rehearsals before they perform. So those 5 rehearsals, Funagan Padale rehearsal fee, Funagan Padale rehearsal space. Yes. The moment we are able to break it down, going artists as builders, to be able to say, Istena imalenga, Samente imalenga, Doni. Let's negotiate the 85,000 yako down to 10,000. It means on Funan this Meland or stage, so I'll do it.
Come of money attitude after declining.
And the kaba bonk.
Look, there's something, because I will book Nomabotwe because I know Nomabotwe unabantu bakhe abahamba naye. Ayingaba bantu necessarily uthi ayingabantu beart, which goes to uPrathala said something.
uPrathala nguPetra Thandile on Facebook. I keep saying.
I think we have wrong uPrathala wethu.
We need to invite uPrathala as a friend.
uPrathala wethu umnye uyabo. uPrathala wrote something about, I think it was inspired by Umyalezo Ebepa. Wow, people
walila
and whatnot. So and I was like, Kukoi artists koyo apengin. As artists koyo, they're not part of the elite cliques as corner apa is as why cliques ba ukokla click and asi attendanga iwe yakho, it's not gonna be popping. It's not gonna be something tetwangai. So then he mentioned Poetic Soul, mentioned you, mentioned Edgar, mentioned Tumza Maswane. Ultimately, how did you do it? How did you pull that off? Have an audience that comes to you for you?
I think it's the relationships and this creator along the way. I make abantu feel ingathi ngwewethu. Ingathi you're my only friend. Ingathi you're my brother, you're my sister. In fact, I think that's how it should be. Yes.
That's what you need to know.
Also, if ufake poster ku Facebook uthi ndine event nge-6 kaMarch. Bazawukhomenta pha. Yo sipha. I-comments uthi xa uzijonga ufike zi-106. Uqonda ntoba hayi ke abantu don't relax. Galamini ufake la poster. Take time ke ngoku and sit down. Qale kulo uqala. Ke uzidiphatheleni intikiti. Uyayazi mos wena awuthingisi kwa-computer ticket show yakho. Uyazenzela ngokwakho. So uqala kulo uqala. Ma'am ndiphatheleni intikiti. Aqonde uthetha nami ku-inbox. Good. Ufumanisa uba akasayazi noba inini le show yakho kodwa bekhomendile. Usithi nini kanene? Then hayi nge-6 kaMarch. Okay. Hayi kandiphathele ndiyabheka nge-15. Ngala 15 uyamtacha again. Ma'am, ticket lakho. Jonga kandiphathele 3. Bethe ufuna 2 yena nomyeni wakhe. Phinda uze nenye 2 va. Ikhona inye couple. So they tag each other along ngolo hlobo. If uthetha nomuntu direct, now is going to tag other people along. Athethe nenye couple because bahleli nje bafuna uhamba benze couples. Yes. Thethe ne friends, thethe ne couples njalo. Nase green cars. Mama, sinalo mcimbi man. Dim lo lapho uyandibona dim lo. Hey ngu awusemhle. Inini lethu? Wesinto umyenami, umyenami yazithanda izinto. Ngalamini ya show, la mama is there nomyeni wakhe. Futhi uphela kwa la show, she's going to stand there and wait for you ba uphume. Uyasibona ke basizile. So I've been doing that. I've been developing my audience.
So beyond having a skill sokuthengisa, funeke ube nobuntu.
Yes, funeka ube nobuntu.
Ungabaphakameli ababantu. Base kuwe.
Didibene naye ubehamba ngokwakhe eGreenacres. Cha ndimqonde because umhle uyayithengisa ke naye kwabanye
bakhula nawe ke babantu. Yilande ke soloko ndithetha ngoba asaze ndiphosise ndithi Gqeberha has never supported me because
nivale nina nigcwalisa indawo nina. Hani phatha ngabantu abagcwalisa indawo.
Bayajikiswa abantu.
Jonga ndafike opera.
Ajikisa.
Ndiqoma Mose kaloku Mose Eastern Cape yaqobe uyazi wena mayenza baphona nani mina nalo baphi asikamani mandiye. Uyabo xa ndifika pha kuthi hayi
Well,
sibafakile abanye over than the number that we know.
And there was a lot of people
abajikiswa. Danyuka ngenyimini
Thembelani Mbilini bajikiswa
ndabheka NMU. Diyakulelethu.
Yo.
Kodwa hayi sikhosana hayi novaphi. Hayi mntasekhaya.
Ufika late.
Hayi family.
Ufika late ku-event ka-sister wakho.
Disuka emsebenzini kodwa igcwele. Hani igcwalisa ivenue nini.
I think it's and Nama would agree with the board. The relationships are very important. I think back to when I started as a performer, and there are people that also mix kumngabo. I stand by those brothers because they gave me life as a performer. I'd never forget the phone Dr. Mgigaba. Magigaba ndifonela yena. Doc, I need support money ndiyemonti, ndinidi imali enga, ndifuna ukuyabona ndilayishe abantu bam, siyo record and all. Wathi xa indiphendula, thank you so much for calling me. Nkosi mani ngonikhetha. I will do it. Sakunceda ndibulela kakhulu for onika le opportunity yonceda wena. Kuphi apha? Yazibuza performer kwenza kantoni? So there's people like that who really do want to stand by you simply because you honored them with that moment yobajonge emehlweni yobabamba isandla and show them how important they are as part of your audience. You asikabinayo luxury thina phofu mina nikabinayo la confidence yobeka ama ticket ka web tickets, but I want to master it. I want to speak to a Dumza and say, how do I just let it go? Ndithi abantu mabaye pha because ngamanye amaxesha you really want to keep track of how far you are, yabo. But njengoba ngekabikho la confidence, I still today umuntu yafaka i-order ngicela order amatikiti ayi-2 sesindibonile ku-Facebook thetha ngayo ndibuza what's your name athi kuphila igama lami oh thank you Phila for your order wenza ngohlobo nohlobo Phila faka imali thank you Phila I've booked your seat you're in my guest list. Also for me it's the idea to treat everybody like they're a VIP. Yes. That's very important. Give people experiences, and that's what's really important. What's been the highlight, Nomabotwe? That's where I was going. Yeah. What's the highlight? The highlight performances.
Because I'm talking right now.
What's
cousin and performance. Your cousin the highlight.
Most memorable.
There's quite a lot, but one event is a opera house. Guys, opera house igcwele imenge mbambo. I think it was 20.
Yeah, I think so.
Not that one. Le wajikiswa kuyo is a ban.
Yeah, there was a main stage.
So lena is a main stage. Hey, that event. I'm still looking forward to a day apho Mr. Ngonyama asi alawa into basifumane that material. Material yase opera house year events. I'm looking forward to Lomin.
This is exciting. This links very much with another episode that we did. We spoke about that footage.
Okay, what happened?
No, and it's opera house when they book you, they keep your material, the performance. I come to afford on afford. Yes, you're not allowed. People, the audience is not allowed to take videos and then yeah. So I think it's one of performances. Zapaya in opera house. Yo, dandimhle. Dingena's problems. The rehearse kakushe. Like everything was just my performance was just in another level. I'm trying to think about Ngopilo Nyaka. But I think that performance, yes, opera house main stage. When Mr. Ngonyama gave me that opportunity, he said to me, in fact, Nomabotwe, you are the last local artist standing in main stage. Because I've been giving them a main stage, abako willing with Gwali's main stage. And I did exactly that.
They're not willing or able.
I think what they're not willing. Because ucinga into ba umuntu mhlambe efuna unakho kuyenza.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that's what he said. So yeah. That experience
any other one?
Is a special. Yes.
It's beautiful. So when we talk about the album, is it an album or an EP that's coming?
It's an EP that's coming now.
It's a single.
Okay, so it's
the single is a prelude to
EP.
The EP.
Yes.
Okay.
So with the EP, what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to show your vocal prowess, or there's a theme of the whole body of work? This is what I'm addressing moving forward.
A theme ithi hamba unge. Yeah, if ixesha lifikile, don't stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ngandwa sisipakapaka.
Okay. That's beautiful. Do you have a timeline? You're working with the same band. Are you featuring anyone?
Oh, perfect.
So butuch.
No man, I'm not featuring anyone. I just felt ba makendi nika bantu bakeba ndiphefumule ngokwaneleyo then.
I think first album, I think the most important theme with the first album is an introduction of who you are. And so sometimes features they steal from that. Eweke kuma piano sana wonke feature.
Yes.
DJs
Piano.
It's a lot.
So it was like Ting Sanjan, because we had a point where we were talking about Zonke some other time. Uzonke, uqobe man mazi imeze streaming kwaye uzasebenzisa nayo but uzawuthengisa ne-USB athengise ne-CD athini wena utsho uyenza njani?
Anything that works because akuzazi uzawina kweli cala. That idea ye-USBs I'm also gonna explore a lot direction. Anything that works. And this was limit. Andizothi ndizosebenzisa AP direction. I'm just gonna 750. No. So I'm just gonna try everything. I'm just gonna try everything.
All the best, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Skosan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nomabotwe.
I know you dope.
Yeah, I think you're one of
I can't wait for the video to come out.
Ooh, we're shooting a video next week.
Okay.
Yes, so it's basically is single on the 28th.
28th of
April.
Okay.
Then, next week, next Friday, which will be the 5th of May, the video will be
circulating.
Okay. So
I think is our pushaga the Gusbonile. Is it Sbonile or Sbonele? Okay. The Malaysian guy. Oh, okay.
Oh my God. He also shot Ephondweni Edgar, right?
Yes.
He also shot
and
also Zane SAs. Yes. He works very closely with Zane SA. He seems to be on the rise. People really admire his work.
And it's always dope to work with someone that's already have music that has played national stations, the MTVs and whatnot, because bayinika preference.
Yeah.
Bayinika the people that ababaziyo abaziqhelileyo emails zabo bazinika preference because already those email addresses are associated with quality. Yes.
I wanted to ask, when I listen to sound yakho, who inspires you in the creation of your music?
Supposed to know what to so Firetown era when he listened to one of her songs.
I think Mavi Makeba.
So I want a doctor. What is the doctor supposed to
Okay. I think I get inspiration kakulu Mavi Makeba.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to listen to other music. Whenever I play Mkolo Kumsha, just listen. You'll find something.
I have inspiration.
At least today, she paid attention to Mumu Fresh and said, "It's good to me." I'm like, yeah.
You want to do.
Yeah.
She's been trying to introduce me to
Have you ever covered the song, interpolated the song? Gamama.
I've covered Ingomazaki.
But live, not you don't have recorded versions of covers.
You don't want to record them.
I've thought about doing a project for Grahamstown but I think there were many talks around intellectual property so and that in the in the sayifuna ukuyenza lonto ndahoxa but at least I think there's direction.
Lentuka, Somi just did that, right? You know Somi?
I don't know.
Yes,
I think she's American, Nigerian type vibe.
Yes.
She did an album. Producer Wanduduzo actually.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that is in honor of
okay.
Omazi.
Okay.
Yes, that's in honor of her as well.
All right.
Yeah. I've absolutely enjoyed this conversation.
Imiloji, what was that?
Imiloji. Oh my God, I was about to end our conversation. Imiloji. I don't want to talk about Imiloji.
No, I'm asking like
expose Imiloji.
And she's wearing a green beret.
And then
Imiloji was greenish.
and
otherwise, Uleletu was one of the judges.
I was the judge there.
She's supposed to be telling us today about what happened, because Kula competition was supposed to have won 250,000 rands. Where's my money, Leletu?
Hey, son.
When I know Pratela wako, where's my money?
I honestly don't know much about it, but I was approached to come in as a judge. Approach Hango Pratela. I think it was Pratela's concept or Dobbs's concept. I'm not sure. But I sense I get Doparos. I think they were in partnership or something to that effect. I came to understand that the winner is going to get 250 rands worth
250 rands or 250,000
rands worth of something. So uza workshop, uza record singly, uza and all of that is going to sum up to 250,000 rands. But it's not going to, it was a value, but rather not the actual cash that the person.
But Zanga kufike nenye ke yakim.
Zanga niye ku workshop?
P. Leletu. Dani gqibela ngalamini nani sithi ndiwinile.
Oh, yayikhona kanti workshop. Summer Strand.
And then
Zangu uye kula workshop?
Yes, like kumbuli workshop. After that.
I don't know, Shame, what happened after that, because I myself, even as a judge, the only payment we got was
Lambe.
That's it. I mean, I for me, it was my first time. I was excited to be a judge because it was going to be my first time judging a competition of singers, and I realized, but my ear is sharp. So I was excited to want to understand the judge and it was exciting for him because I realized Michael Matebe, hey, we are sebenza per stage. Because Michael Matebe was better it's a stretch. And all those things. Like I experienced everyone and I could hear a lot in terms of what they were trying to put out and so it was an absolute great experience for me in terms of judging, and it gave me the confidence to say I'm not afraid because I know that I trust my ear now and I can sense the energy of the person that's performing, and I can guide a performance even though I cannot see what they're doing. So I learned that from it. But honestly, that is the greatest payment I received from that.
That's beautiful. So such a beautiful Nansika speech, but where's the money?
Listen, if I could get some of the money, I would also be happy. If I could get some of it as well. I honestly don't know. Maybe we should ask Kupratai at some point.
I asked Uhleshe this other time, kuyendlini kuyangikola ke phandi ndithi mina kufanele competition bendiyiwinile phana iphi imali mama benithe what yabona wena ungazonyela apha yabona ke ungazonyela apha bendibizwe ngabantu phamna ngiyazi nanto mna
ubani lo bebiza abantu wena obizwe ngubani
lebizwa ngopratila mna ngithana ngopratila pha
ngopratila no Dobbs. He wants to get to the bottom.
Like, I want to know.
Oh, yeah, like,
no, but whose project was this? Because everyone is like,
I think it was as I did say, I think it was a partnership. Got Dobbs, no Pratila. Because Gumbaza by two, right? And I took it because of Pratila, of course. So, and Yazike got team.
Okay, kaloku social media ngabantu.
Basithina ngemilonje?
Akuthethwa ngemilonje, yabo, just like
no, kuyathethwa because this other interview nam ndathi ndiye ku-interview KQFM for an event esasiyenza. And kwavela kwathi gqi umuntu sesithi sikasixelele ngalaa mali yemilonje kwathi like lanto bakuvulela abaphulaphuli bathetha while you're wathi manthi sibefuna uqonda mina ngala 250
wayifumana na no Shamna, that's all I understood about it. It's a value of the prizes that will be won. The only thing I remember happening, and I couldn't even attend the workshops, that was the only thing I remember happening with the workshops. After that, I don't know what happened. Because I didn't even know what the prizes themselves were supposed to be. There's thinking about clamp record but I really don't have a clue about it.
It's a recording deal. worth 200.
So Imilonji was operated from the laptop bag. Did it have offices? Or the offices was with laptop?
It was a good laptop.
Offices. Offices. Be operated from a laptop bag.
I can point them to the offices. I can point them.
I got the first position.
Just a Toparos.
Okay.
By the way, in Japan position 1.
Yes, no, you were. Who was number 2? Was it Michael?
I think it was Joliza.
Joliza. Who? That was the first time I ever experienced with Joliza. Ehamba nalamfana. Usiya.
Yo. They were hot.
Simamele phanohle. Uthuhlele ba. Lo mfana ngaphinda aze nalapha ekingoka le. Yamdrown mos. Uyathatha over lamntana. No, it was a beautiful one. The future, how's the future looking?
It's looking good, Leto. I'm trusting God.
Yeah.
There are plans in place. I'm trusting God.
Masambe mani ngoku. Singalishini gqebe.
Benditshilo kuwe. Silindiwe ke pha apho besithe siya khona.
Masambe. Siyahambani ke guys. Episodes Ephondo sashuthela kwenye indawo. Hayi siyaqala Ephondo sayokhona madlela hlasi. We'd like to.
All right. That was another epic episode. Thank you very much for coming through.
Hey! Talk to me, Katana. Houseway. Mnandi chila ndathi sigqibile episode wangena wena Imilonji. Ufuna kutsho wena but there was another epic one. Epic. By the way, shout out to Epic. Yeah. Shout out to Epic for no reason. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah, man. Look, if you wanna use the space that we're using, get to us. We'll let you know about how you.
Can we give out the phone number?
This. What do we give? For the space.
Can we?
It's a beautiful space if you want to record, if you want to
073 601 1668.
Okay, I'm hoping that the guy will write it down.
Nomabotwe ubugenius bambaziwe nguwe ndiyenza namhlanje ndisenza izinto benzenza kuxhakaxhaka bakanomnyali nanku Phoxolani mbuze. It's Torchlight Studios kuXolani Faku, number 67 Mgwalana Street. The phone number to call Nomabotwe is 071 601 1668. We're out of here. My name is Poetic Soul. I keep the gates open.